Well, hello there, good peoples. Here we are back at home after our little travels. I can see something going on in the background. Just 1 second. What is going on there? Who be those people? Oh, what does that look like? Well, they've vanished. Okay, not going to worry about that. Anyways, stories today. When I got back, I have found this mysterious chest. So I'm going to have a quick peek because it's not my chest. And let's see. Huzzah! Oh, Dragon King, good friend Dragon King, has been to visit. How sweet. And he's left me an axolotl for my pool. Oh, iron ingots, much appreciated. A golden apple. His head, which is very sweet. Amethyst shards and an egg. Isn't that sweet? That is one of the great bonuses about playing on a server where friends can come together and help each other. So yes, Dragon King, thank you so much, and I will be down to visit your abode, which I believe is quite a bit further down south, but I'll make an effort to get down there as soon as possible. So wow, thank you so much for the kind gifts. Anyways, oh, it's getting dark. It is getting dark. Let's maybe pop back in. Oh, I'm getting confused. This always happens when I first start recording. Takes me a few minutes just to kind of get back into the groove. Right, but we'll pop in just now and have a quick tip. Ta -ta 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 -ta. There we go. Now, what has happened to me is, there we go. As you recall, in the last episode, just as I was finishing, I found a new cold biome way up here. Cold biome village. And I did go and explore it. And I picked up quite a few things, which I'll show you in a minute. But I had forgotten to press the record button. Oh no! So what I think I'll do, I'll show you roughly what I actually got from the village. Here we go. This is my kind of stash that I got from the village. I took some snow, and I took some lanterns because they did have a lot of lanterns. Some redstone alloy, and a saddle. Not a humongous amount of loot, but a wee bit. But I think I'm contemplating now is just to do a little section where I nip back up to the village, give you a quick run round it just to show what like, and then we'll come back. Oh, and I was going to also have a look at the Ender.io, the early Ender.io equipment that would help in the future. So I think we'll do that. Nip back up to the village, just give you a quick brief showing of what it's like, and then come back and concentrate a wee bit on the Ender.io. So I will meet you back up at the village. Here we are back at the village. I'm going to do just such a quick skirt around it, just to kind of show you what there is. then back home again. So this is just a mega quick look around. See, I have been collecting these lights, or lanterns, because you know they take a wee bit of iron to make, and there's lots of them lying about, so I don't really feel too bad about fishing them for myself. Loads and loads of them. Anyways, the houses are, you know, the Young's mod for better buildings and that, I do think it's really nice, and it can be quite inspiring. Oh, I haven't checked this out. Let's have a look. Just some paper. Well, I'll take that. Be the cartographer's table. When I get into doing a good bit more trading, then these will be a wee bit more important. But I'm not quite at the stage of trading yet. I really am still very much setting up. What was he? I didn't notice what he was. What are you? Oh, cleric. Okay, so you're good for the rotten flesh. And then here, let's see, I've been here before, so I don't really need to worry about that. It is, I mean, again, a big enough village, and there's quite a lot going on. Where's the door? Oh, here we go. A doggy. Oh, is that my doggy? I think it is my doggy. Which, I can't help myself. If there's like dogs or cats, I do try and get them as pets, but then I bitterly regret it, because then I have to worry in case they die or something drastic happens to them. Ooh. Now I think I've already nicked a brewing stand. Ooh, I'll take the emerald though, and we'll maybe take some of the bread. Thank you very much. I'm pretty sure I've got a brewing stand. Hang on, I will just check. Yep, I've already nicked a brewing stand, so I'm not going to worry about that one. Oh, a bit of the old lava. But I did, last episode I did fill up a tank with lava, so I've got some lava sitting at home. Boxes. Which, if you're lucky, you can find a fox with an emerald. But I don't think that one's got anything like that. So if we go right up the top here, and we'll get an overview. There's the bell. It's a really decent sized village. There's more up there. I have been up there, and there was, you know, it looks impressive, but not an awful lot to do or see. And we're coming back down. So I think that'll kind of do. I better have a bit of a kip before we get attacked. There we go. I'll need to think up a name for the dog. I have a feeling I've got a name tag somewhere. Okay. So there we have it. A nice cold weather biome village, which is not too far. You can see in the distance, there's the home base. That's the mine shaft that didn't go according to plan. And yeah, lots of buildings and quite a few different villagers to trade with. But really, basically, the takeaway from here was a lot of lanterns, which was very nice. There. Okay, I will meet you back home and then we'll have a look at how we're going to proceed. Oh, look. I'm trying to think. No, I'm not going to go down the route of making anything yet. Okay. Oh, ouch. Okay. Off we go. And oh, that looks quite interesting, doesn't it? That does look quite interesting. Lots of coal. I'll maybe take a wee bit of coal actually. There we go. Yep. Yep. Well, that's somewhere else to have a dig down when we're doing some exploration. But right now, home, I will meet you back there. Right, here we are, back from our quick sojourn up to the cold north to have a look at that little village, or big village I should say. What I'm going to do now is put away my stash that I got from the village, and also the lovely gifts I got from my pal, and then we're going to have a wee look at the Ender.io mod. Just a brief look at the very beginning of it, because it's quite a long, big and complex mod, but there's one or two things sort of early game that's going to be quite helpful. Now, I did want to say, when I made my food, here we go, the food filter for the backpack, it was slightly more complicated than it has been in previous iterations of the mod, in that you had to make it and then affix it in, there we go, in a smithing table, which meant you had to put what they called a template, which was just a piece of leather, and your backpack and your upgrade bit that you'd made. That was the one with the golden apple and the golden carrot, and then that gives you an upgraded backpack that had space for the new upgrade, which that maybe doesn't sound too clear, but if you notice here, this is a new bit. I just had the crafting table, and I'm presuming as we add more upgrades, then we need to pop it in the smithing table and use a template, and then I'll see if I can get the backpack. Is it traveler's backpack? Here we go. As you can see here, the feeding upgrade, I needed to make the feeding upgrade, but then I had to place it in the smithing table to affix it into the backpack. Anyways, that was just a quick aside because it was something new to me. I wasn't used to that in the previous versions of the mod. It was just a case of you maybe made your backpack into an iron backpack and you got more slots available. But it's okay, it's good to have something a bit different. Right, let's see, I will put my stuff away and then we'll come back and have a look at what we're going to do. Well, now I've popped Dragon King's axolotl gift in my swimming pool. I've sort of put in a few plants, some seagrass, and bits and pieces just to make it look a bit pretty. And I'm going to pop in a bucket of salmon, or at least a salmon, to see if he wants a little friend. See if, are they going to be pals? Oops. Maybe not, maybe. We'll just see. Oh, well, I think that's a no then. Oh dear. He just wants to be the only boss of the pool. Oh well, fair enough. We'll leave him to it, and he can munch on some seagrass. Oh, it's a shame. Oh well, anyways. Now we know. I'll put these up here, and I've got everything squared away more or less. So, what I think we're going to look at next is a quick rundown on early game Ender.io, things that will be handy to have for us just starting out. As I said, it's a big, quite complicated in its own way mod, but if we do it bit by bit, then whoops, microphone's trying to escape. If we do it bit by bit, then hopefully it'll kind of simplify it and make it easier to use. So first of all, we'll have a look at the actual mod. No, what I forgot here. That's not what we want. At Ender, and that brings it up. As you can see, there's lots of different things here. Ender crystals, and we have different alloys: energetic, redstone, pulsating, and these are all used for the various bits of equipment and stuff, so it is quite complicated. But if we go down here, this is what we're really interested in. A fluid tank, which I've already built for my lava, a sag mill. Now the sag mill is what we're aiming for because it's really handy. Once you've got that up and running, you can grind up quite a lot of things into component parts, and they can be very handy. And as you see, one piece of raw iron, I think I've mentioned this before, you get 2 pieces of powdered iron and powdered tin. But this is using a grinding ball. Now the grinding balls, I think they can be made of, let's see, what can we make the grinding balls of again? Solarium, conductive, different alloys, copper alloy, dark steel grinding ball, end steel. Ooh, I haven't experienced that yet, but the dark steel grinding ball will probably be the one that we use most. It's 5 dark steel. Yeah, getting the dark steel was an issue initially. However, I kind of cracked it with using the where is it? Where? Using the primitive alloy smelter. You can make dark steel. There we go. In the primitive, there we go. An iron ingot, a bit of powdered coal and obsidian. Now the powdered coal was proving to be awkward to get, but you can also use 2 coal, an iron ingot and an obsidian to give you the dark steel. And that's how what I did to make the dark steel to enable me to carry on. So we're obviously going to need quite a bit more dark steel. let's have a look again. Here we've got the sag mill up in my recipe bar. And if we look at it, 3 flint, 2 dark steel, in fact, well, oops, we'll do that. A void chassis, infinity bimetal gears, piston. So the void chassis is more grains of infinity, iron and iron bars. So what we really need to look at is getting the grains of infinity. And again, we just take our flint and steel and click it on some bedrock, and that gives you grains of infinity. Now I have got some, but I'm not quite sure how many, so we'll have a look in here. 3 grains of infinity. Oh, only 2 dark steels, wooden gear and deep slate. So what is it we need again? 2. I think we could actually make a sag mill. Let's have a wee look. So we need 4 iron bars and 4 iron ingots and a grain. So we can eat the grain, that's fine. Iron bars, well I've only 2 there, but thanks to Dragon King and his gift, if I nip down here, oh yeah, what a hero, that really has helped me out. Okay, so we've got plenty iron bars, and if I look in my, yep, there we go. So I think that should be, oh no, this is the other thing we need, infinity bimetal gears. Again, iron bars, grains of infinity and iron nuggets. Right. 2 grains of infinity. We can have some iron nuggets. Right, so let's go. There we go. 1, 2, there we go. Done that. The sag mill, the chassis. Why am I not? There we go. Don't know what was going on there. Now the sag mill. We are short of a piston. Okay. We can make that. There we go, there's our piston. And some flint, which I should have here. Yep, thank you very much. And what am I missing now? Oh, rats. I am missing the dark steel. There we go. I'll get the hang of this. I just am so rusty. Yay! We've got a sag mill, which is great. Which leads us on to the next. If I pop that just here to have a look at. There we go. Ooh, what is this? Oh no, things have changed. The capacitor. There is not enough power. Yeah, well that's okay because we haven't made the power machine yet. Capacitor. Now that. A capacitor. Basic capacitor. Okay, right, again, pop that there. What's this one? Energetic alloy. We're not quite there yet. We're sticking on the basics at the moment. So we need copper ingots, gold nuggets and grains of infinity. So I think we're going to need quite a few more grains of infinity. And we can make them in the sag mill, but the sag mill isn't up and running yet. So we're going to have to, oh, what's this? Accept fire water bucket. We're going to have to nip down and click on some bedrock blocks with a flint and steel and collect some more grains. So we'll get that done. I'll nip down. We'll get that done and come back and see about making that capacitor. But really our next step is to make some kind of energy producing thing, and that'll be a Stirling generator. So ender, and then where is the Stirling generator? Ender, Stirling, there we go. No, Stirling. Oh my god. Okay, so for a Stirling generator, stone bricks, furnace, again, chassis, ingots, pistons and infinities. So I better A that so that I know what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do now is go and collect up the resources we need, and we can come back and make up this Stirling generator, which should give us the power to get our sag mill up and running. So that's our next steps. I shall go and get some more of the infinity grains right now. Goodness, I've just noticed the time. At least the length of the episode, and it's getting a wee bit too lengthy. Because I don't like to have them, you know, dragging on too long. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say toodle pip just now, and when we come back we'll have a wee look at getting the Stirling generator up and running, and it would be just great if we could get a wee bit more power and then start to maybe duplicating all our raw iron for a start, and planning what our next big adventure will be. So I'll say toodle pips just now, and thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.